Hi. Hi, I'm Mercedes Martinez, and I'm from Dolores High School, and my presentation's on forensic entomology. So this is a viewer discretion warning. Um, I didn't put anything too graphic because I realize that not everyone's interested in dead bodies and bugs. But with that being said, um, that beetle right there eats maggots off of dead bodies. Just to set the tone, you know. But just in case any of you don't know what forensic entomology is, I got that question asked a lot, especially on the entomology part. Um, Forensic entomology is the study of the insect life cycle in order to determine the time of death in a victim, because um, time of death is the name of the game when it comes to forensics, and insect life cycles are just another way to determine that. So I stayed at the Appleton Whittle Research Ranch, which is about an hour outside of Tucson. It's in Elgin. And I stayed in that ranch house right there. And as you can tell, it was a gorgeous place to wake up and fall asleep to. So what did I do? Most of the time I was collecting maggots, grubs, which are baby beetles and flies. And this is kind of a timeline because I would go there. I found that deer. We found that deer actually, and believe it or not, that's only 48 hours old. So yeah, and of course, and then next after collecting that, I would need to take a breather because if you've never smelled a dead deer, that's an experience. And then we'd go right back to the lab, and then right there I was collecting my maggots out of the containers, and I would put them in little boxes with food and soil, and I would rear them into adult flies and bugs, or beetles. And I also did I also did mock crime scenes, which involved more entomology. I did blood spatter, and it's spatter, not splatter, because splatter implies that there's multiple droplets on the surface, but blood stains, depending on the type of weapon, it's not going to splatter like that. And fingerprinting, and then I did some bug pinning, and then I was also visited by lots of animals while I was on the ranch, like this red spotted toad, and he's just adorable, so I wanted to include him. So my experiment, I was studying the difference between insects on a dead body and a body that's not exposed to the outside elements. And of course, we couldn't use real bodies. Human bodies, so we used squirrels that were caught in mouse traps. And as you can tell, this one right here, he's a big guy. So he was a big variable in my experiment. And there he is, surrounded by ants, because flies and ants are the first to discover a body. As soon as you die, a fly can find your body within 90 seconds. And beetles are more late stage. They come in after everything's hardened up because their jaws are the strongest. And then this I believe it's the one who's not exposed to bugs. He went into bloat, which is when all the gases build up in your body, and so there's no exit ways. And so when that happens, your organs kind of implode on themselves. So that's an organ coming out of its mouth. Pretty gruesome. So what I did for fun, I actually had the opportunity to visit the University of Arizona, or U of A, which actually has the top not forensic, but just the entomology departments in the United States. And we didn't have to go there, but, I like insects, so I wanted to go check it out. And that right there is a Madagar hissing cockroach. And even though I knew it hissed, it still scared me really bad when I went to go pick it up, because not only do they hiss, they also crawl, they crunch themselves onto you so it looks like they're going to bite you. So that was scary. But that guy, he was good. He didn't bite me. And then right there, that's a breed or a species of wasp that's parasitic to black flies. And I didn't know wasps come in that small, so that surprised me. And I also went to a small town called Bisbee. That's where that theater was at. And I also got to visit Tombstone with my grandparents. And a special thank you to Christina, Suzanne, and Ben. They treated me like family. And thank you for the Pinhead Institute for letting me have this amazing opportunity.